Cheers, Skol Nation, baby. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Yes. Wow. We did it. We fucking did it. Minnesota wins 22-17 against the San Francisco 49ers, baby. Let's fucking go. That's the type of win that can turn your season around. That's the type of win that makes you feel good. That's the type of win that galvanizes a locker room. That's the type of win that can inject life. Again, shout out to the 49er fans out there. Shout out to the Vikings fans out there. And shout out to everyone who's going to be watching this video anyway. Wow, man. Holy crap. So let's go ahead and break this down, shall we? I mean, the Minnesota Vikings tonight. The offense looked really good. I mean, I can't even, in the first half, the run game looked good. Jordan Addison had his going off party. And Kirk Cousins went 35 for 45, 378, 2 touchdowns, and an interception, which was, well, more so just the DB wanting the ball more than, Jordan Addison. But Jordan Addison, third Minnesota rookie with 100 receiving yards on Monday Night Football, outside of Moss and JJ. Yeah, I mean, Addison went off tonight. Holy crap. Brandon Powell had a day. TJ Hawkinson finally moved from the milk carton. About time, buddy. The day after National Tight End Day, and, with his buddy George Kittle into town, by the way, former Hawkeyes. Tight End University is the University of Iowa. And, yeah. Anyway, I am buzzing right now. And no, it's not just the beer I've had. No. I mean, wow. Kirk did the damn thing. The defense stepped up in opportune times. Look, I will say, though, they were without Deebo Samuel. And they had Christian McCaffrey, who looked, even at 90%, I'd argue is still one of the best players in the league. He had 2 touchdowns against us today. Brock Purdy still went off for the most part. But at the end of the day, the Vikings did enough to get it done on 2 interceptions. I think both of them, ironically enough, from Cameron Bynum. Either both of them were Cameron Bynum or one of them was Metellus and one of them was Bynum. Regardless, 2 interceptions, including the game sealer. And I will say, though, Greg Joseph had a good day. But there were a couple of kicks there at the end that I thought could have cost us, especially that field goal at the end. But as a Vikings fan, I'm thinking, hey, regardless of what happens, milk the clock, get it down as far as you can, and trust your defense to step up, because regardless of what happens, it comes down to that final drive. Which still pisses me off about that stuff, but, I mean, it is what it is. Again, Greg Joseph still had 2 really good games himself. I mean, he kicked 2 50-plus yard field goals. Again, That's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, 50-yard field goals are not easy. I dare you to try to kick one and tell me how that is. However, though, the injuries, man. The injuries just... Whew, it definitely affected this game. For sure affected this game. But, hey, it is what it is. I mean, the Vikings had plenty of injuries. The Niners had a couple key injuries. But, wow. At the end of the day, the play of the game was the Jordan Addison ripping the ball from, ironically enough, the same DB that picked him off literally earlier that game. I think it was Jimmy Ward. It was Ward, number 7. I think that's Jimmy Ward. Still, though, regardless, that was the play that went into halftime with a lot of momentum. And holy crap. And the Vikings in the second half, again, I wish we could have done a little bit more on offense. I'm not even going to lie here. But at the end of the day, we got enough done. We did what we needed to do. And the Vikings fucking win. 22-17 to go to 3-4 on the season. Savor it, Vikings fans. Like I say, a win like this can kickstart a season, or a win like this can completely change the outlook of the NFL, regardless of what happens. Skol, baby. Let's go. And if I remember, I think next week we actually go to Lambeau, I think. I don't know. I'll have to double check that, and then when I make my preview video, I'll let you guys know. But, man, oh man, oh man, does that feel good. 22-17, Vikings win. And again, last thing, kind of just wrapping this up. Shout outs to the 49ers fans. Shout out to Res, Bay Area, and those guys. I mean, it was a hell of a game back and forth. Brock Purdy looked good. Jennings really went off today. George Kittle's still George Kittle. Christian McCaffrey, I mean, they had enough weapons to get it done. It's just at the end of the day, the Vikings did what they needed to do. And that's potentially save their season. And like I say, the 49ers are still a great team. So I'm not too worried if I'm you. I wouldn't be worried if I'm a Niners fan. Not at all. Because the Vikings, let's put it this way. The Vikings literally, every game this year has been a one-score game. And we all know how one or two plays either way can really sway. Even though as a Vikings fan, it'd be kind of nice to win by more than 10 or get blown out or something, Because these games take so many years off my life, it's not even funny. But anyway, regardless, 3-4, on to next week. Let's fucking go. So until we meet again, this is Jacob, and also stay tuned though, because, well, I have a couple things coming in the mail potentially, including one that should be here this week. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be sure to, do all that when I get there. But holy mom. Great victory, fellas. Great victory. On to the next one. Skol, Vikings.